All right, so today we're diving deep into ancient China.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the Warring States period,
Whoa.
when like 7 different kingdoms were fighting for power. Pretty brutal stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, we're looking at excerpts from Hasheo.
All right.
It tells the story of Jing Ke, a man who has this crazy mission.
Oh, what's that?
He has to kill the King of Qin, assassinate him.
Wow.
High stakes, right.
Definitely.
And it's not even just some power grab thing. It's way more.
Oh, how so?
The state of Yan, you know them.
Yeah.
They're like seriously threatened by this Qin state. Like their survival is on the line.
Existential threat, huh?
Yeah, totally. They're outmatched, out-strategized, desperate.
So what do they do?
So Yan, they're led by this Crown Prince Dan, right?
Right.
And he's up against the King of Qin, this guy known for ruthlessness and ambition.
Yeah, no messing around.
Well, Jing Ke, he proposes something wild.
Like what? Yeah, I'm intrigued.
An emissary goes to the King of Qin with gifts.
Classic move, okay.
But the gifts are, well, one is a map of Dukong.
Important territory, right.
Strategically vital. But the other gift is more, sinister?
Oh.
Fan Wuji's head.
Wait, whose head?
Fan Wuji, he was a Qin general who defected to Yan.
Defected. So why would they offer his head?
It was to appease the King of Qin.
Ah, like trying to use his desire for revenge.
Exactly. Tap into that.
But wow, talk about cold. This guy comes to them for protection.
Right.
And they consider just sacrificing him like that.
It was a huge moral dilemma. Was this, like, common back then?
But think about it. It was brutal times. Pragmatism ruled.
Yeah.
Betraying someone seeking refuge. Dishonorable, sure. But survival often trumped everything.
Crown Prince Dan, though, the sources show his struggle.
Torn between values and protecting his people.
It had to weigh on him.
Absolutely.
But Jing Ke was insistent on Fan Wuji's head.
Why, though? Was it that important?
The text, it says, love can be replaced, hate needs an outlet.
Wow. Chilling, but insightful.
Right. They understood human psychology.
The king's hatred for Fan Wuji, they thought it was the key.
So strong, it would overcome suspicion.
Clever, in a way.
But can you imagine having to ask Fan Wuji to sacrifice himself?
That conversation, oh man.
Heavy stuff. So Jing Ke goes to Fan Wuji.
What did he say?
Reminded him of the suffering inflicted by the Qin.
Appealing to his pain.
And to his patriotism, saying his death could save Yan.
Not just revenge, a bigger cause.
And what was Fan Wuji's reaction? Did he put up a fight?
The sources say he was completely overcome, he said. This is what I've been gnashing my teeth and hating deeply day and night. And then he took his own life.
Wow, the imagery is intense. You feel that moment.
It's like you're there.
But to take your own life like that?
It gets even more graphic.
Oh.
The sources, they describe how Fan Wuji didn't just die. He cut his neck, died with his eyes open.
That's intense, such strong emotion.
A desperation, hatred for the king, all of it right there.
Today it seems extreme, but then maybe different.
Right. Context is everything.
Makes you wonder about their culture and values back then.
Totally. What was considered honorable?
So, Fan Wuji is dead, the sacrifice made, the awful gift is ready.
What next? What did they do to prepare for the assassination?
Crown Prince Dan, he went all out, got this legendary dagger.
No expense spared, huh?
Said to be the sharpest, paid a fortune.
Wow.
And to make sure it worked, they coated it in poison. Tested it on people to be absolutely sure.
Brutal.
It was serious business. They couldn't afford to fail.
They also needed someone with Jing Ke, right? Backup for this mission.
Of course. So they picked Qin Wu Yang, this warrior. Known for being fierce. Like, people were scared to even look at him wrong.
Whoa, intimidating.
And he was descended from a famous general, too, added to his reputation.
Legacy, lineage, all that.
The perfect partner for something like this.
So everything was set, ready to go.
Almost. There was this one thing.
What's that?
Jing Ke was waiting for a friend before leaving.
A friend?
Yeah. Seems like a small detail, but it caused some tension.
Really? Why?
Yeah, so Jing Ke's waiting for this friend, and it really starts to get to Crown Prince Dan.
You can imagine, right? So much pressure, the feet of his state.
All riding on this one mission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you start to see how it affects their relationship.
Oh, how so?
The prince, he's already on edge, starts doubting Jing Ke.
Doubt him.
Yeah, wondering if he's going to back out, lose his nerve.
So what did he do? Did he, like, confront Jing Ke?
Not directly, no. He suggests sending Chenila Yang ahead.
The assistant.
Yeah, let's get things moving.
But that's, like, implying he doesn't trust Jing Ke, right?
It's subtle, but
Yeah.
Jing Ke picks up on it right away.
Oh, man, that's gotta hurt. Basically saying, we didn't think you'll do it.
Exactly. And remember, Jing Ke is supposed to be this calm, composed guy.
Right.
But this lack of trust, it pushes him.
He must have been furious.
He tells the prince, if you're in such a hurry, I'll go right now.
Without his friend.
Yeah, there's definitely tension now.
So things aren't going so well even before they leave.
Not the best way to start a dangerous mission.
What happened next? Did they actually leave?
Finally, the day comes. Jing Ke's leaving for Qin.
I imagine it was a pretty somber occasion, knowing what's at stake.
Very emotional. Everyone's in white mourning clothes.
A visual reminder of the gravity of the situation.
Definitely. And there's this music playing, the Beyonce.
What's that?
A wind instrument. They played it at funerals and stuff. Very mournful.
Oh, wow. Setting the mood.
Really adds to the weight of the moment.
So everyone's there, music's playing. Does Jing Ke just get on a boat and go?
Not quite. The sources describe him singing a farewell song.
A song? What was it about?
Bravery, sacrifice, not knowing if he'd ever return.
Wow, intense.
One line, it says, the wind blows strongly and the Yashuri River is cold. The brave man leaves and will never return.
Chilling stuff, almost like a prophecy.
It really does feel like a one-way trip.
So Jing Ke sets off, huge responsibility on his shoulders.
The fate of Yan rests on him.
What happens when he gets to Qin?
Well, it's a long and dangerous journey. But eventually, they make it to Shenyang, the capital.
Okay.
But they can't just walk into the palace, you know.
Right. Even back then, there was protocol, diplomacy.
Exactly. They present themselves as emissaries, gifts for the king.
Trying to get an audience that way.
Right. But as they're getting closer to the king, something happens.
Yeah. What? What went wrong?
Qin Yang, the warrior, he freaks out.
No way. The guy everyone was scared of.
Yeah. The sources describe him trembling, pale, totally terrified.
In the Qin court.
It's all very grand and formal. Seems like it got to him.
Not good. Carrying a severed head, a hidden weapon.
And your assistant's about to have a panic attack?
Not exactly subtle.
The officials notice, obviously. They get suspicious.
I bet.
Jing Ke tries to cover. Says his assistant's just a country bumpkin.
Overwhelmed by it all.
Yeah, don't mind him.
Did it work?
They let him proceed, but the damage is done.
Oh, no.
Seeds of doubt are planted.
Makes you wonder why Qin Yang freaked out.
The sources don't really say, was it the pressure? Change your heart?
We'll never know.
One of those little mysteries that makes history so interesting.
Okay, so they get to the king. What was he like?
Formidable, ambitious, ruthless, wanted to unify all of China.
Serious. Sneaky.
And he lunges, aiming for the kill.
Wait, what about Qin Yang? What was he doing?
We don't know. Maybe paralyzed by fear. Maybe the guards got him.
Oh, right. He panicked earlier.
Whatever happened, he's not there. Jing Ke's alone.
So he attacks. Does he get him?
He gets close, but the king dodges at the last second.
Oh, so...
Pure instinct. He tears his sleeve, jumping back.
Wow, what a moment.
Jing Ke still going after him, dagger raised, but it's chaos now.
Guards screaming, the king realizing he almost died.
Total pandemonium.
What does Jing Ke do? Does he try to escape?
Jing Ke, remember? He's not a warrior.
Right, scholar.
He knows he's failed. He's outnumbered, surrounded.
So what happened?
The sources say he just
Stops.
Leans against a pillar, laughs, and accepts his fate.
Wow, defiant to the end.
Like he's saying, you might have won this time, but I still got to you.
What a powerful image.
A testament to his courage, his belief in the cause.
So that's it then. They overpower him. The mission fails. What next?
Yeah, it's over for him.
What about the king, though? I mean, he survived, but...
Oh, he was definitely shaken. Can you imagine?
Someone tries to kill you like that.
In your own court? Surrounded by your people?
It's gonna mess with your head.
Big time. It exposed his vulnerability.
He thought he was untouchable, right?
All that power, and yet someone almost got him.
Makes you think the impact of that moment?
Someone hated him that much.
Enough to risk everything.
And the king, he was furious.
Of course. What did he do?
Unleashed his anger, anyone connected to the plot.
No mercy.
Qin Yang, Jing Ke's assistant.
What happened to him?
Executed. Probably pretty brutal, too. A message to anyone else thinking about trying something.
Wow. Rough justice.
But it didn't stop there. The king was really angry.
Yeah, what about Crown Prince Dan, Jing Ke's patron?
Oh, he saw it as an act of war, a direct challenge.
So what did he do?
Invaded Yan, full-scale attack, wanted to crush them completely.
Wow, talk about consequences.
Yeah, the prince's gamble, it backfired big time.
Instead of saving his state, he doomed it.
What happened to the prince, though? Did he stick around?
I doubt it.
He actually fled, tried to find refuge somewhere else.
Makes sense. But the king, was he just gonna let him go?
Not a chance, put a bounty on his head, hunted him down.
Jeez, relentless.
And in the end, the prince was betrayed, killed.
Sad ending, tried to save his people, and it all went so wrong.
Real tragedy,
Mm-hmm.
both for him and for Yan.
It's like he made things worse by trying to do the right thing.
Sometimes history's like that, ironic, cruel.
The cost of war, the human toll, it's easy to forget.
All those lives lost, all because of this power struggle.
So the king gets his revenge, conquers his enemies.
Continues his path to unifying China.
But do you think he ever really forgot about it?
What do you mean?
The assassination attempt, knowing someone wanted him dead.
Oh, I see what you're saying, like a psychological scar.
Yeah. Did he ever truly feel safe again?
That's an interesting question. He achieved his goals, all that power.
But maybe that experience stayed with him.
That brush with death probably changed him somehow.
We've talked about a lot today, this whole story.
Yeah, the politics, the moral dilemmas, the risks, the tragedy.
What do you think it all means?
It's a story about leadership, tough choices, impossible situations.
When everything's on the line, what do you do?
It makes you think about sacrifice, loyalty, the nature of power itself.
And what about Jing Ke? What do you make of him?
Hero, villain, somewhere in between. Hard to say.
He was willing to die for his beliefs.
And he almost changed the course of history.
That's what I love about history. It's not just dates and names.
It's about real people, their stories, their struggles.
And for all of you listening, what did you think? What stood out to you?
Was there another way? Could things have turned out differently?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them with us.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.